Hey everyone, just getting myself sorted here. Boher Jacobson here, and just bear with me while I make sure that I'm live on all channels and make sure that we're going live here on Facebook and on LinkedIn. Let's see here. Always takes a few minutes to get this started. Let's go live, people. We're going to go live if we can, or not. Let's see. Well, I guess we're going live only on YouTube today. That's okay. Today, about a really important topic. This is all to do with stress that we experience from confrontation. I know that a lot of people have questions, and this is one of the questions that I have received from people from some of my other lives. And this is one question: how do I handle stress that is related to confrontation? So, if this topic is of interest to you, I am so glad you're here, because confrontation is definitely a big part of life. It seems to be more and more part of our lives every day. So for those of you who don't know me, let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Boher Jacobson. I am a confident life coach and a certified hypnotherapist and medical hypnotherapy practitioner. And for the last 22 years, I have been helping people of all ages. I love to work with kids and teens. I also work with many, many families to help them manage and overcome stress, because stress is part of what makes us struggle with our health. So that's a very, very important aspect of what I do. But mainly what I do is I help people have phenomenal coping skills in all aspects of their life so that they can succeed in life and in relationships, at work, and in every aspect of their life. They can communicate with success. They have phenomenal coping skills in all major aspects of their life. So before I begin to talk about this topic of confrontational stress and what you can do to overcome it, I want to tell you about something really cool that I'm doing. It is melissasclass.com. It's going to be a free workshop, and it's very easy. If this topic interests you, definitely want you to sign up for that. melissasclass.me. I believe you can see the link up in the upper right-hand corner of this live stream. And definitely sign up for that, because in that class I will cover this topic in more depth, as well as a lot of other issues related to how to manage stress and have phenomenal coping skills, including forms of self-hypnosis to manage stress and many, many other techniques. So if you haven't already done so, make sure that you sign up for that. The first one is coming up on the 29th, I believe, of September. It's going to be a weekly live free workshop, chance to learn some great stuff with me. So let me get to the topic at hand today. So confrontational stress. I want to tell you that this is a topic that's kind of close to my heart, because I was telling a recent client, and by the way, my clients come from, as I mentioned, all ages. Currently, my clients include a multitude of teens. I have an adult dad who is helping overcome anxiety, self-medicating through alcohol for anxiety. I have a client with there's overcoming something called emetophobia, which is fear of vomiting. I have clients who are experiencing burnout. We're helping them overcome that right now. We have people with success blocks. We have somebody that I'm coaching on success in their relationship. So as a confident life coach and as a certified hypnotherapist and a medical hypnotherapy practitioner, there are just so many incredibly powerful ways that we can use the techniques that I have in my toolbox. So if that interests you, you definitely want to find out more, and you can do that by signing up at melissasclass.me to hear more about the ways that I help people. But back to the subject at hand, confrontational stress is a big one. It used to be huge for me, and the reason I brought it up this week is because my emetophobia client, I was explaining to her how I used to be around confrontation personally. It used to take me about a week to get up the courage to have a confrontation. I would shake and tremble. My voice would shake and tremble. My stomach would be in absolute knots. I had no confidence. I mean, it was a week of agony, and then I would have a confrontation, and I would be overwhelmed. I wouldn't know what to say. And then I would feel terrible about what I said, and then that would reverberate for about a week afterwards. Well, that's no longer my story. Now, very easy for me to have a confrontation. I have an effective confrontation. I'm able to listen without emotion to the other person. I'm able to speak my mind without any guilt or shame or embarrassment or second guessing or self-editing at all. And as soon as that confrontation is over, it's over, and I move on with my day, and I don't give another thought to that. So today I'm going to share with you a couple of tips on how I am able to do that. Now, of course, as a hypnotherapist, with every client, I grow more confident myself. So having been a hypnotherapist now and a life coach for over 22 years, hypnotherapy has been about 4.5 years. That has really literally changed my life, and it can change your life too. But one of the reasons that this is available to me now, this ability to move through confrontation, to be able to trust myself to know what to do and say, that is one of the tips. I trust myself to know what to do and say in any and all circumstances, and this is something that I teach my clients to be able to do. So that's number one. Trusting yourself to know what to do and say in any and all circumstances. Number two is being fully in the present moment. Training your mind to be fully in this moment. The past is in the past. I don't worry about the future. I change it. I trust myself to know what to do and say in any circumstance, so I've got that covered in the future. And probably the most important tip that I can give you that will minimize your stress around confrontation is this one. Other people's stuff is their stuff. It's not your stuff. Other people's response is their choice. They choose, as do you. We all choose our response to any and all circumstances. Yes, we all choose our response to any and all circumstances. Our thoughts don't run us. We choose our response. We are in charge of our thoughts. Our thoughts are not in charge of us. And other people's stuff is their stuff. And we are not responsible for other people's interpretations. We're not responsible for other people's stuff. We're only responsible for ours. So when you have that fully embedded as a belief, an automated belief, it's very easy to sort of inoculate yourself emotionally when you're having confrontation. You can be objective, you can be rational, you can be reasonable, and you can be logical. But when you are very attached to what other people think of you, or you don't understand that their stuff is not your stuff, it's very easy to become emotional. And when we are emotional in a confrontation, all that happens is the emotions get more and more and more heightened, and nothing good comes of that. And if you've ever been in a confrontation, you know, probably experienced that. As emotions heighten, nothing good comes of that. We only get more problems, not solutions. So this is something that we're going to get more into depth on in melissasclass.me. So if this is of interest to you, definitely encourage you to sign on. It's free. It's a free workshop. These will be weekly, but the first one is coming up 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I definitely encourage you to come and see what is available to you through the power of confident, strategic life coaching, as well as hypnotherapy techniques, including self-hypnosis and other techniques that are going to make your life